Kershaw on Wednesday Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA. Brought to you by your Southern California Land Rover retailers. Final game of this homestand, final game of this series between the Dodgers and the Reds. Hope you're having a great day. Joe Davis and Orel Hershiser. You know, during a 162-game season, there are those stretches where it feels like they're never going to lose again. Then there are stretches like this that you can't wait for them to get out of, having lost 7 of their last 9.
Yeah, over the course of those 9 games, they've got to start finishing games. They've got to get to a point where the offense clicks late and the pitching and the bullpen clicks late. They've been outscored 14-0 over those 9 games, 8+ innings.
Try to get him off to a good start today with Clayton Kershaw taking the ball, trying to salvage the final game of this set.
Well, Clayton has been a stopper his whole career. You see the record right there, but the key with Clayton in big games, and this season as it is, Clayton goes about his business the same intensity no matter what. If it's a Cy Young MVP year, if it's a playoff game, if it's a World Series championship game, Clayton Kershaw brings the intensity, and that's again what he's going to bring today. So this is not a big game for him, but he will play the role of stopper.
As the Dodgers try to avoid the sweep and snap this 3-game losing streak, first 3-game losing streak since August of 2019. We've got first pitch on a glorious day in Los Angeles coming up on Sportsnet LA. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers. We welcome you back to Dodger Stadium, ready to play this day game between the Dodgers and the Reds, wrapping up this homestand. Dodgers trying to slow the top offense in baseball so far this season, and it is keyed by a couple of guys near the top. Jesse Winker and Nick Castellanos combined in this series 9 for 18. Including a couple home runs from Winker, leading off the game last night, winning the game on Monday. As the Reds won 5-3 in 10 innings in Game 1 and then 6-5 in Game 2 last night. They're part of this lineup for David Bell, with Nick Senzel to lead it off before Winker and Castellanos come up second and third. Joey Votto bats cleanup. Eugenio Suarez out of the 5 spot, starting at short. At third base today, Mike Moustakas. Tyler Stevenson back in there doing the catching. Third start of the series at a third different position from Kyle Farmer. He goes from third base to shortstop and now second. Getting more done from the Home Depot. Here's Clayton Kershaw making his 6th start of the season, and another one here at Dodger Stadium where he is second all-time in wins with 95. And second all-time in strikeouts, both those behind Don Sutton.
He's going to continue to add to those numbers the way he's throwing the ball this year. Gotten off to a very strong start. Is responding to a tough outing in his last one, but loves to pitch here at Dodger Stadium. One thing to keep a heads up for, the Reds do not hit left-handed breaking balls very well, and Clayton is throwing those at the highest clip of his career.
First time in his career that the usage of the slider has exceeded that of the fastball. So the slider about 45% of the time, the fastball less than 40%.
Well, he wants to go deep into the games. He has been going deep into the game so far this year. He is third in the National League in innings per start, just over 6. So that is one good thing. Maybe you keep one less guy out of the pen where you don't need 4 guys to be hot coming out of the pen. Maybe you only need 2 or 3.
A relative throwback in that regard, averaging 6 1/3 per start. The average in the National League right now is a touch below 5.
A touch below 5 back in the day, not to relate to this current culture, but back in the day, you're getting released.
Yeah, right. Well, what a perfect day, huh?
It's gorgeous, and they need a win.
Nick Senzel climbs in. Dodgers trying to snap this 3-game losing streak. 2-7 since the 13-2 start. Still tied with the Giants for the best record in the league at 15-9. Kershaw winds and throws, and off we go with ball 1. Reds looking for the sweep. They came into this series having lost 7 straight. Back to within a game of 500 at 11-12. As Senzel yanks one foul, and it's 1-1.
Dodgers do not want to reach that level of frustration before they turn it around. The Reds coming in down 7 games. Dodgers now lost 3. There definitely is a little bit more anticipation and value to the next day when you start to get into these losing streaks. the players and the skipper and the coaches, they won't voice it through the media. They'll still say everything's going to be fine, which it will be with this much talent on a roster. But when you think about what's going on in the locker room.
Sharply hit base hit. Senzel opens the game with a single into left.
They are definitely thinking about it and definitely having a little bit more of a priority about trying to figure out how to squeak a win out. If the game stays close, Joe, it'll feel more and more a little bit like a playoff game, a little pressure. If the game starts to spread out, Dodgers are up 7-3 or down 8-1, all of a sudden your mind starts to go, okay, just continue to concentrate on yourself a little bit more, getting it going tomorrow, but this one is pretty much over.
Here is the red hot Jesse Winker leading the league, hitting .397, second behind just Ronald Acuna in OPS. Swings and misses at the first one from Kershaw, strike one. He's homered in 3 consecutive games. He's got a hit in 12 straight. That's the longest streak in baseball. .27-year-old takes, and the throw to second. Not in time. A stolen base for Nick Senzel.
A rugged slide at second base. Got a really nice jump off Clayton Kershaw. Austin Barnes maybe thought he had a little bit of a shot. You see, he almost goes on first move. It's a breaking ball. The tailing action of the throw maybe allows Senzel to get in there. Very awkward, strong slide. Guys having to maintain their speed because of instant replay now to get in there as fast as possible, putting a lot more pressure on their feet and their ankles.
They're immediately putting pressure on Kershaw. Runner in scoring position as this ball's floated to the left into that bright sunshine for A.J. Pollock in the first out of the day. Now the Reds are now 3 for 3 in stolen bases in this series. And Dodger catchers have thrown out just 5 of the 34 attempted steals this season.
And I would pin that more on the pitching staff, not on the catchers. I think that Austin Barnes' throwing has definitely improved over the years and has gotten much better. Will Smith has been throwing very accurately, getting out of his crouch quickly. I think the pitchers are the ones that are giving up the jumps.
One on, one out. Here's Nick Castellanos. 4 for 8 in this series. Couple of doubles. Hitting .385 over a 6-game hitting streak. Takes strike one from Kershaw. And Castellanos, one of the most aggressive hitters in baseball. And everybody seems to be aggressive against Clayton Kershaw. And for good reason. On the first pitch, opponents hitting .379. After that, .167. Down an 0-1. Swings and misses at a curve, 0-2.
Once you get by that first pitch, you're going to probably have to hit a breaking ball about 3/4 of the time. Clayton's going to throw you a curveball or a slider. The most fastballs are going to be thrown on the first pitch.
That's 60% fastballs on the first pitch. And it drops way down after that. Senzel at second, one gone. Kershaw to Castellanos with an 0-2. Senzel runs again, swing and a miss, and he's out at third to end the inning. Strike him out, throw him out. The Reds, who steal less than any team in baseball, getting aggressive here in the first inning, and Barnes ensuring that the inning comes to an end. Finish the first.
Breaking ball, slider, swing and miss with that. Gotten swing and miss on all 3 pitches, the curve ball, the slider, and the fastball. They were out over there at third base.
And now the Dodgers come to bat for the first time today. Here's Dave Roberts' order with Mookie Betts leading it off. Then Gavin Lux for the second time in his career hitting second. Starts at short today. Corey Seager getting the day off. Turner's at third. Muncy bats clean up. Taylor at second. Pollock with his first start of the series. Raley in right, and Barnes catching Kershaw. against 31-year-old Sonny Gray, who makes his third start. Season was delayed. Start of his season delayed. He had some back spasms during spring training, and he is struggling to get going. Couple of starts, 7 runs allowed in 8 innings pitched.
He's having trouble getting ground balls, and that reminds me of bad backs, because your back starts to hurt a little bit, or you start to protect it. It's hard to get the ball down. It's also hard to get your breaking stuff to be sharp and lower in the strike zone, and he struggled with that too, which is a big staple of his arsenal.
His 1-1 to Betts. It's a good breaking pitch. It's hit foul 1 and 2. Yeah, his curveball typically his best pitch, but so far opponents are 5 for 11 with 3 extra base hits against it.
Velo's down a little bit. That also could be related to protecting the back a little bit.
His 1-2. Smack down the line. It's for fair ball, and Mookie Betts will make the round. Head for second. Castellanos' throw not in time, and a leadoff double for Mookie Betts.
Talk about hitting it where it's pitched. This ball is off the plate away, and he barely keeps it fair. And with Mookie's speed, he is definitely going to play the odds. And the throw was a little offline. He makes it easily.
Only his second opposite field hit this year. Dodgers in business right away. Here comes Gavin Lux. Swing and a miss at an elevated fastball. Taking Seager's spot in a couple ways today, starting at shortstop for the second time this year and hitting second. 1 for 8 in his 2 games since missing 10 days with a sore wrist. On an 0-1 from Gray, he swings through it, strike 2.
Gavin looks like he is definitely trying to make sure he gets Mookie over and hit it to the right side. He has started early on both of those swings.
That is into right. On comes Castellanos to catch it. So Lux is out number 1, and up comes Justin Turner. Reached 3 times in last night's game with a base hit and a couple walks. He's been the best Dodger hitter over the first month. He's 4th in average, he's 4th in slugging, and with those reaching 3 times last night, he's 6th in on base.
It's been wonderful to see his fast start, being healthy, taking his normal scheduled off days, but then coming back and having no rust at all.
Those are 2 of the 8 walks they had last night. They scored 5 runs, but just 4 hits. A whole bunch of walks, though. Ball 1. During this 2-7 stretch, the Dodgers averaging just a little more than 3 runs per game and hitting 177 as a team. Wing got some shades. Checks his swing, 2-0.
The on-base percentage, Justin Turner and Max Muncy, who's on deck. In some ways you think, okay, to get this offense really going, put those 2 in the front of the order and put the 2 more dynamic guys that are putting the ball in play a little bit more, Mookie Betts and Corey Seager, behind them. But Dave Roberts thinks over the course of, a lot more games that this is the correct order, and this is where the players feel comfortable.
A 2-0 pitch. A pop-up. Joey Votto. 2 out. It's fun to watch, isn't he?
He is definitely into it.
And now he's going to relay some sunglasses to Suarez. You know what? I think Eugenio Suarez took his shades out to Jesse Winker and let him borrow those. And then Suarez, as soon as he had a chance to get a new pair, did. Nice friend, Eugenio.
Team player.
The thought being, if you're in a pinch, probably have the left fielder, the one that's going to have the better chance of needing them.
Well, and as the shortstop goes out to catch a pop-up, left fielder and just call him off of it.
Okay.
I see it. You don't.
Yeah,
I got
no
your
shades.
glasses.
2-out chance for Muncy, who takes strike one. So Max 11 walks over the last 4 games. So the on-base percentage remains high. But he's just 1 for his last 25. Takes in the dirt here, 1-1. Yeah, the chase rate remains exceptionally low, the lowest chase rate in baseball. Overall swing rate is down from where it used to be. And I think the most concerning thing at this point is that as he's gone through that 1 for 25, his rate of swinging at pitches in the strike zone way down. Ideally, right, you take balls, you attack strikes.
Perfect example right there.
Yeah. You saw in the 9th inning last night, he got a fastball center cut and just couldn't pull the trigger on it, shouted at himself in frustration. Betts leads at second as the 1-2 comes home and Muncy chases strike 3. So his struggles continue and the Dodgers are unable to take advantage of a leadoff double.
Lexus keys to the game brought to you from your Southern California Lexus dealers. Stopper, well, we know who that is. That guy right there on the mound. He's got to play the stopper role. Dodgers, when they get 6+ runs, the runs greater than 5, they are 7-1 when they get 6+. And Pen Pals, about 3/4 of the games, the Dodgers use at least 3 relievers. So those guys got to be friends and hand it off to each other in a positive way.
Well, we talk about the offense struggling. Well, the bullpen during the 2-7 stretch with an ERA above 5. Starting pitching has been the one phase that's remained pretty darn good. Joey Votto leading off this inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. And last night, notwithstanding, it wasn't Buehler's best outing. Gave up 5 earned runs. That's the most the Dodgers have allowed from a starting pitcher since Kershaw on opening day.
I would think that one of his earned runs are kind of under investigation. One of his runners got erased with a fielder's choice, and he still ended up having to get pegged for one. One extra, I thought.
2-1 in the dirt to Votto, ball 3. Joey Votto has homered against Kershaw twice, but Kershaw struck him out more than any pitcher that he's faced. 13 times Kershaw struck Votto out. Here on a 3-1, Votto takes strike 2. Hero in last night's game with a 2-out, 2-run double to give the Reds the 6-5 win. And for Joey, it snapped an 0 for 15 as he tries to get his season going. Checking in at 218. Kershaw gets him with a good slider, his second K.
You're going to get that slider an awful lot once you get to 2 strikes, even if it's a 3-2 count, and Clayton executes a perfect one.
If the Dodgers get 10 strikeouts today, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow. Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink at LA area restaurants. 1 gone for Suarez. Strike 1, another good slider. Suarez hoping for some good karma. He shared his shades last inning. Now tries to snap an 0 for 21. Breaking ball, buckles his knees, 0-2.
That could be a little different day for Clayton Kershaw. He lands that pitch. These Reds struggle against left-handed breaking balls.
The 1-2. Lifted to center field where Mookie Betts is playing today. Goes back and makes the catch. 2 gone.
Number 9, Mike Moustakas.
2 up, 2 down. Here's Mike Moustakas, returning to the lineup yesterday after missing 10 days with a non-COVID illness. 0 for 4 in his first game back. One ball, no strikes. Bounce back to Kershaw. He's got a 1-2-3 second. Off and rolling in Los Angeles. No score. Middle 2. Out in center field. The new front door at Dodger Stadium. No score in this game as it goes to the bottom of the second. Both teams getting the leadoff man into scoring position with nobody out. They're failing to bring him home in the first. For the Dodgers in the second, Taylor, Pollock, and Raley. Taylor's been one of the bright spots with the down last few days. He's got a hit and scored a run in each of the 4 games since coming back from missing a few days with the back tightness. He's hit the ball really hard. Sonny Gray comes home. There's ball 1.
Sonny starts him with a breaking ball, which he landed very well in the first inning. 4 out of 5 were strikes. Breaking balls helped both these pitchers put zeros up in the first.
2-0. Gray in his 9th major league season. 4.5 with Oakland, team that drafted him in the first round. And that included a complete game shutout in Dodger Stadium with the A's in 2015. Went to the Yankees for a 1.5 years. Just didn't really go well. They traded him to the Reds. Since going to Cincinnati, he's 3rd in the National League in park adjusted ERA. It's important to use adjusted ERA for a guy that pitches in a place like Great American Ballpark, which is a very offensive friendly place. 3-1. But it goes Jacob deGrom, Clayton Kershaw, Sonny Gray, 2019, 2020, in adjusted ERA. Taylor leading off the second with a walk.
Left fielder number 11, A.J. Pollock.
Second time Sonny Gray pitched at Dodger Stadium. A.J. Pollock hit a 3-run home run against him to hand him a loss. That was in 2019. For A.J., his first at bat of this series. Strike 1.
2 types of breaking balls from Gray, the curveball and the slider. AJ has struggled with right-handed sliders. That's really his Achilles heel.
Lifted to left, down the line. Winker racing over. Foul ball. He's positioned way into the gap. And sprinting is not something Wink do. At least not at a high level. Lumbers out there. 0-2.
There was a lot going on with just one pitch there. A hanging slider. AJ's swing looked like he was right on it, but it looked like he gets it off the end of the bat, and then Wink just sitting there watching him run the 440. I guess today it's the 400 meter where it was the 440 when it was the other measurement.
Leadoff man on both innings for the Dodgers. Unable to take advantage in the first. See what they do here in the second. I don't know, 2. Pollock takes in the dirt. Ball 1. Taylor headed for second. He's there. And so they've had a man in scoring position with nobody out in both innings.
This is not a straight steal. It might have been a hit and run. It might have also been that Taylor read the ball that's going to be in the dirt. You see when he finally breaks, the ball was like up 3/4 of the way to the plate. But once the ball was in the dirt and got away, it was in easily. There was some awkward timing to that play.
Gray home 1-2. Pollock spoils it. We'll do it again.
When I think about Chris Taylor over there at first base reading the angle of the pitch, if that was a curveball, it would have really bounced very short. And since he might have read it as a slider down or a curveball, his break was really, really good.
There's so many things getting calculated in that fraction of a second. He's at second, nobody out in a scoreless game as Pollock rips a base hit to left field. They will hold Taylor at third on an A.J. Pollock single, and the Dodgers have him cornered with nobody out.
Mookie Betts hit a fastball. Now Pollock hits a fastball. Nobody's hit the breaking ball yet. Gray has had outstanding results from his changeup and his slider this year, but the fastball and the curveball have been getting hit.
Seven runs allowed in 9 innings for Sonny Gray this year. Just his third start. Now facing Luke Raley. The Dodgers are trying to get going again. He's 2 for his last 16 with strikeouts in 9 of those at-bats. On the first pitch from Gray, it's a ground ball to second. They will turn 2, but a run comes through the back door, and it's 1-0 as Taylor steps on home.
No RBI, runs are good, and they pushed him across. But you're always hoping for a few more in that situation.
Two gone, bases empty, and here's Barnes. First start in this series for him. Off of the bench, walked and scored on Monday night. One on one.
The average doesn't show it for Austin Barnes, but I really like the approach this year. I think the average has been down, of course, but he's hit with a little tough luck. His persona in the batter's box completely different this year.
Much more confident on those borderline pitches, very comfortable takes. We saw an extra inning Sunday night, him have a really impressive walk.
Tight takes, you know, just the tight take where the check swing is just so disciplined.
Same thing.
Yep. He's picking the ball up real well. He's confident that he's getting a good read and he's making a quicker decision. And I think there's less moving parts in the swing. I think things are a little bit tighter, where he's a little more compact and a little more accurate.
2-out walk. They'll turn the lineup over, get Kershaw up there.
Number 22, Clayton Kershaw.
Clayton off to a good start, trying to track down his first Silver Slugger.
Exactly. I'm on a Silver Slugger watch with this guy.
Start the campaign, man.
Yeah.
Strike one.
I mean, even to the point where if the average slips, and it's going to slip probably from 375, but I want to look at how many pitches per at bat he even gets, how he grinds it out, wears pitchers out.
Let's dig deep on this.
Get his sacrifice percentage down, where he does it probably 98-95% of the time. He gets the bunt down. He needs a little hardware in his house, you know.
Right.
You know, you need a little silver, little slugger. He's got the big ring now, but a few other things would be nice.
Big ring, MVP, 3 size,
3 kids.
3 kids. Squats down with 2 strikes, and a fastball comes back and gets the corner to end the inning. But the Dodgers get one and lead it 1-0 after 2.
This is What's in the
World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Jack in the Box. Go classic, spicy, or both with the new $5.99 50/50 popcorn chicken with ranch. Only at Jack in the Box. Back in Los Angeles, the Dodgers lead the Reds 1-0 as they try to end this 3-game losing streak and avoid the sweep. Clayton Kershaw, a couple of Ks through 2 scoreless innings.
It's a rarity to watch them struggle this long at home. Clayton is just the guy to stop it.
It does bring up memories of that 2018 season when they started 16-26. Near the end of that awful stretch, awful start, they got swept in a 4-game series here by a bad Cincinnati Reds team. That felt like rock bottom. Then they got on a plane and went down to Miami and lost the first 2 games to the bottom feeder Marlins. Before getting Justin Turner back, his season debut after he had broken his wrist in spring training. Went up to Washington and took off from there. Best record in baseball the rest of the way that year. Bottom third of the order for the Reds. Tyler Stevenson leads it off. Kershaw comes home and strike one. This is a much different Reds team, especially offensively, very potent. 5.5 runs per game, leads baseball. Curveball is strike, just a late one from Lance Barksdale, and it's 0-2.
Clayton pulling the trigger early on the curveball because he's landing it. Probably has a very good feeling in his hand.
One-two. Strikes him out with the slider. Third strikeout for Kershaw.
Kershaw and the Dodgers looking for a shutdown inning. They weren't able to do that in the 4th and the 6th last night. Dodgers came back with either win a tie or go ahead last night and come out the next inning and couldn't shut this Reds offense down.
Kyle Farmer attacks the first pitch, backs up Justin Turner. Low throw dug out by Muncy. 2 up, 2 down.
Single game tickets for the month of May are now on sale. Get your seats to see the Dodgers take on the Mariners, the Marlins, the Diamondbacks in a 9-game homestand beginning on May 11th. Visit Dodgers.com/tickets.
Kershaw with a chance to face the minimum one time through. Senzel started the game with a single, but was caught trying to steal. And Kershaw's retired 7 straight since that single. Pours in a strike to Sonny Gray.
Thanks to Max Muncy, who we've seen look very comfortable over there at first. And he's really rescued a lot of different throws. Everybody from Seager to Turner to Lux. It's been very nice glove work.
1-2 on Gray. Two and two.
Clayton want to finish him off like right now. The pitch before, the pitch count there at 31. That is a nice start to being able to go deep into the game.
Dribbler along third, but foul.
Souvenir time. Justin Turner can really keep his arm loose with these, giving these souvenirs. Before you'd underhand it to the front row. Now you got to throw it over a 30-40 foot net to stay loose.
Kershaw home 2-2 again. Gray takes it high. Count goes full.
The last thing you want to do here is take another pitch or walk the pitcher. That does hurt the pitch count.
He does walk him. Only the 5th walk issued by Kershaw this season. It comes to Cincinnati's pitcher. That gets the top of the order back up there. Nick Senzel has the only Reds hit in this game. '25-year-old, 2nd overall pick in 2016. Made it up to the majors in 2019. 3rd year with big league time now for Senzel. 2nd overall pick. A few years before that, he didn't even make his high school JV team as a freshman. He was 5'5", 120 pounds when he got into high school and didn't make the team, and so he decided nobody was going to outwork him and spent the next year getting stronger, hit a growth spurt, made the JV as a sophomore, varsity as a junior. Soon after that was at Tennessee. Now, part of the issue is that he spent his entire middle school years in England for his dad's job. And so instead of playing baseball, he was playing rugby for those few years. He was way behind in the baseball skills when he came back, settled in Tennessee. Takes a ball. It's 1-1. It's a little rugby player.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know the positions in rugby, but I would think he'd be more like the halfback, right?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you either. That is lined into left, and he's 2 for 2. Rest of the lineup 0 for 7, but Senzel 2 for 2 over the first 3 innings.
First at bat in the first inning, he hit a slider. Now he's hitting an up and inner half fastball. Stays on top of it, doesn't pop it up. If you're thinking about that back foot slider as a righty, you're thinking about dropping the head of the bat, but they're disciplined enough to not be on the slider, but be on the high fastball with that top hand.
Well, now the walk to the pitcher, Gray, feels like an even bigger deal because he's got to face the National League's leading hitter. Winker flied to left his first time. Dodgers 1, Reds nothing. Top 3. Left-hander against left-hander. Kershaw comes home and there's strike 1. I touched on it earlier, but if there is one weakness so far for Jesse Winker, it has been left-handed breaking balls.
And that is usually a weakness for left-handed hitters, but for him it falls off completely. Has not gotten a hit on a left-handed breaking ball this year.
Got a slider on the first pitch. On 0-1, he gets a curve and grounds it gently foul in an 0-2 hole.
When you're playing the Cincinnati Reds and you say, and comes to the plate the leading hitter in the league, I'm expecting you to say Votto.
Yeah.
Those days have probably passed, and this is the guy in a Cincinnati Reds uniform swinging the hot bat.
2 on 2 out and an 0-2 from Kershaw. In the dirt. Are you convinced of what you've seen these few days? You think he's for real? I know he's not brand new. He's in his 5th season, but what do you think?
I'd like to see a little bit more. And the only reason I say that is because he's a very big guy with what I would consider not a long swing, but not a short, tight, accurate swing. He's showing the swing of a power hitter, but I'm not sure as far as a guy that would end up leading the league in hitting.
This is 2 years now. He's been Cincinnati's best hitter. On a 1-2, curve popped out of Kershaw's hand, and the count evens up.
I'm definitely on him as a ball player.
Been an impressive couple days. Been an impressive few weeks to open the year. Gray at second, Senzel at first. Kershaw to Winker with a 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Gavin Lux, second start of the season at short. Wide throw, but Muncy's got it. To the bottom of the 3rd, the Dodgers in front 1-0. Carl's Jr. The Steakhouse Angus Thick Burger is back at Carl's Jr. Feed your happy. And by Nissan, choose Nissan today for great offers on a most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com. Dodgers 1, Reds nothing to the bottom of the 3rd as this homestand wraps up. Dodgers will fly to Milwaukee tonight. 4-game series with the Brewers beginning tomorrow. 3 with the Cubs, 3 with the Angels. Top of the order coming up for the Dodgers. Second look at Sonny Gray. Got a run on 2 hits, 2 walks first time through.
Download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stats, leaderboards, and more for your Dodgers and Major League Baseball. Sonny Gray was on the bases, and Clayton Kershaw is in the dugout with the towel wrapped around his arm, getting ready for next inning. Clayton wishes he wouldn't have ended up with so many pitches because of the Gray at bat when he had 2 outs, a 1-2 count. Ended up taking 8 pitches and leading to a walk that ended up making Clayton throw a total of 20 pitches to get out of that inning.
That started the day for the Dodgers with a double, but was stranded at second. As he tries to break out of a slump. 182 in his last 10 games coming in. A couple Nashville area guys going at it. Smyrna, Tennessee against Nashville, and Overton High School, Mookie Betts. One. Gray, and going to Cincinnati, reunited with his pitching coach at Vanderbilt, and Derek Johnson. Not just his pitching coach at Vanderbilt, but he started working with Derek Johnson a little bit when he was 14. And so they went to Johnson, asked him a bunch of questions about Gray before they traded for him. And he gives a lot of credit to Johnson for his resurgence since coming over to the Reds. Work together during the off seasons at Vanderbilt. Fires the 1-2 to Betts. That's upstairs, ball 2. Derek Johnson, also the guy that recruited Walker Buehler to Vandy and then left for a job in the Cubs organization 2 months after Walker got there. Walker was so despondent about it. He said he was going to transfer, and Derek Johnson had to talk him into staying at Vandy. 2-2, full count. Mookie Betts leading off the third and taking strike 3 as he brought that two-seamer back.
You respect the curveball and the slider. The changeup is there, but boy, if he can make that pitch, that is almost impossible to pull the trigger on.
Third K for Sonny Gray. Now Gavin Lux comes up. 1 for 9 in this series. One and 0. One and 1. The Giants lost in extras last night to the Rockies, so the Dodgers remain in a tie for first place in the division. 4 teams within 2.5 games of first in the West. Diamondbacks have come out of the middle of nowhere, winning 7 of their last 8, beating the Padres last night in the first game of their series. Padres, meanwhile, over the last 2 weeks, 4-3 against the Dodgers, 1-6 against everybody else.
I thought winning 3 out of 4 here at Dodger Stadium might start to inspire them that all those other games are really having a serious meaning.
Lux down looking, nothing he can do there. 95. Vicious movement back into the strike zone.
That side of the plate again. 1 to a righty for the outside corner, 1 to a lefty for the inside corner. It's an outstanding pitch.
Starts at his hip. It's up over the plate. Gray struck out 3 in a row. Now it's Turner with the bases empty and 2 out. Same thing, strike 1.
You're talking about the Padres and going away to play people other than the Dodgers. You know, they look at the Dodger series and think, okay, we can probably be 500 against those guys, so we just need to go out and beat everybody else at a higher rate than the Dodgers.
Take care of business.
Yeah. Boy, the way Arizona's playing, the way San Francisco's playing, it could end up being a very tight division.
Yeah, taking care of business may be more difficult than we all thought coming in with the way it's looked over the first few weeks. Turner smashes a ball way up there, way back, and gone. Turner with his team leading 6th, and it's 2-0 Dodgers.
I mean, this is a blast. I mean, this ball is launched. I'm wondering if it's one of the farthest balls he's hit, especially here at Dodger Stadium. Look, and he knows immediately it's in a beautiful trajectory, back spinning and crushed.
That was a beautiful home run produced by a beautiful swing. Dodgers 2, Reds 0. Muncy now. Strike one. It's amazing. 3 home runs in his career over the first month of the season. 6 home runs over the first month this year. Muncy quickly behind 0-2. Yeah, Gray gets him with a 2-seam, same way that he's finished off 4 consecutive Dodger outs. But Justin Turner with his 6th home run of the year. And after 3 innings in LA, the Dodgers 2, the Reds nothing. Dodger the game like Xander by going to Junior Dodgers or Dodgers.com/JR-Dodgers. 2-0. LA with a run in the 2nd and a run in the 3rd on a Turner home run.
If Xander's back in school in person, he's going to have a tough time proving that was him.
Yeah, right. Show me your face.
So maybe just turn, look over your shoulder next time.
Castellanos can't lay off. First pitch curve from Kershaw, who has struck out 3 over 3 scoreless innings, although had to expend a lot of extra effort to get out of that 3rd inning after walking the pitcher. Chopper to 3rd. Candy hop for Turner. 1 down. Quick word from the Home Depot.
Hold tryouts on the job site. See product size and details in any space with the Home Depot app.
With 1 gone in the 4th inning, here's Joey Votto. The most interesting conversation in baseball. There's an article on The Athletic. See Trent Rosecrans, Rustin Dodd, Jason Jenks. They talked to a bunch of former teammates as he singles into leftover Lux with all their favorite memories of talking to him, and some players that he played against too. Some of the conversations they have with him down at first base. And they run the gamut. Sometimes he talks about the game. Sometimes he wants to know about the other guy's team. Hey, by the way, who's the funniest guy in the Dodgers? Hey, who's the coolest guy on the team? Sometimes it's totally unrelated to baseball. Sometimes about politics. Sometimes about music. Sometimes about Canada, Joey's home country. 1-on-1 out for Suarez. Ball 1. And sometimes it just comes completely out of the blue where he'll go like, 4 or 5 pitches and not say a word, and then he hits you with it. Hits you with a question you didn't see coming. One time to Stephen Piscotty, he said, hey, and this was after watching a few pitches in silence, you went to Stanford, right? And Stephen said, yeah. That's a ground ball. Diving stop. Turner couldn't get it out of his glove in time to get to second, but he does get Suarez at first. He's made some good defensive plays in this series.
Now, we've commented about the change in diet and the body type that has changed, and is he going to have power? Well, he's proven he's had power. He's also proven he's got a better first step and better range, and boy, does get to his feet quicker. Would have went to second if he could get it out of the glove, but getting to the feet very quick, and some outstanding third base bag right there, relating back to Ron Say's hit record. Playing the third base bag. Look that one up.
Votto moved to second. 2 gone for Moustakas. Ball 1. So he asked Piscotty if he went to Stanford, and Stevens impressed, first of all, that he knew where he went to school, that he took the time to figure that out about him. And Stevens says, yeah. And Joey said, and you were an engineering major, right? And now Stevens like, wow, this is cool. Joey Votto knows all these things about me. Next question Joey had is, okay, how do you apply what you learned in engineering to hitting? This is all going on down at first base. Went around there 1-1. And so they had a quick conversation about it. And Steven said, I actually have never really thought of it that way. But one time he said to Andrew McCutcheon, hey, you know what, man? If you tried really hard, I think you might be an MVP one day. And McCutcheon's like, how am I supposed to take that? What do you mean if I try really hard?
Yeah, you're right. What a backhand
You're
little
right.
rip.
What are you saying? One of a kind, Joey Votto. One to Moustakas. Ball 2. Grounded back to Kershaw his first time. We're in the 4th. 2-0 Dodgers. Trying to end this 3-game skid. Kershaw home 2-1. Moustakas pounds it into the ground. Foul, strike 2. Or if you try really hard, you could be a good analyst.
Thanks, man. Do we have to do this with a man on second? Because that's where the conversations are starting with Votto. Wonder what he's saying to Lux.
Curveball gets Moustakas swinging to end the 4th. Kershaw able to pitch around a little bit of traffic. Hold on to a 2-0 lead.
Sweepstakes. 8 lucky winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza plus a virtual teaching kit. Enter online at spectrumeducator.com for your chance to win.
Dodgers 2, Reds nothing as we go to the bottom of the 4th. A run in the 2nd. And a run in the 3rd on a long home run from Justin Turner. Taylor, Pollock, and Raley coming up against Gray here in the 4th. Taylor walked and scored the Dodgers' first run, has scored a run in each of his 5 games since coming back from the back issue. Strike 1 on or from Sonny Gray, who has gotten each of the last 4 outs with a 2-seamer looking. Guys are giving up on that pitch, and you don't blame them. Looks like it's going to be nowhere near the zone, and it winds up safely over the plate.
We've seen more movement with some other guys, but not that precise location with that late movement. I'd say his movement is solid to above average, but boy, the location right now.
And especially late, it seems like. After you've made your decision whether or not to swing.
If you can perfect that, especially as a right-hander to left-handed hitters, you really can start to nullify and the righties. But you can start to really balance your splits, you know, how you do against righties, how you do against lefties. All of a sudden you've got a really good slider, really good breaking balls to right-hander. Well, you're going to probably take care of some right-handed hitters, but lefties, you're going to need something else. That comebacker and the changeup, that's what righties can rely on usually.
Full count on Taylor. 2 runs on 3 hits and a couple walks for the Dodgers against Gray. Taylor leading off the 4th, fouling off 93. We'll do it again.
The offense hasn't exploded today, but the breaking on top feels much better. And then, of course, when you have Clayton Kershaw on the mound at Dodger Stadium, the skipper's got to feel a little bit more comfortable.
Got him swinging. The bottom falls out of that breaking pitch. 5 consecutive outs via the strikeout. This one, first one, something other than the 2-seamer.
And we just said the 2-seamer against lefties inside, and because this breaking ball, the curveball and the slider, they are going to get it done against righties.
A.J. Pollock had a 108-mile-per-hour line drive for a base hit his first time.
AJ, one of the Dodgers that if they get hot, they can carry this team. And that's why you look at this lineup and you just think this offense can't stay down for long. There's just too much talent throughout the whole lineup, and not guys that could contribute, guys that can carry lineups.
Oh, 2 and the dirt ball 1. I always think back to AJ's last year in Arizona. That first month of the season, the Dodgers saw a bunch of him. He was as good of a hitter as there was in the National League that first month. And even back to his one fully healthy season, 2015, when he was an all-star. I mean, he was a top 5 player in baseball when you put everything together. Hit .315, hit 20 home runs, won a Gold Glove. Chase is here and he's out number 2. And the point is, you know, like you said, there's the potential for a stretch in there where he is a top-tier hitter.
And we saw large flashes of that last year. I mean, especially against left-handers. We were seeing an A.J. Pollock that was very comfortable, feeling more like a baseball player, just relaxing and enjoying himself, and we're seeing a lot of production.
Johnny Gray has thrown or gotten 11 swings on curveballs. Dodgers have missed at 9 of them.
It's a lot better than the results that he brought into this game.
Luke Raley hits the first one by a diving Votto into right field for a 2-out hit. First hit of the series for Raley. And it keeps his 4th inning going.
Looks like a 4-seamer. They were coming up and in trying to jam him. Wasn't the typical 2-seamer that we've seen into lefties. Luke got on top of that, found the hole.
It's Barnes up there with 2 gone. Dodgers up 2-0, bottom of the 4th. Barnes drew a walk his first time. Takes strike 1 here. Resurgent offensive season for him last year. So quietly. When you consider that final 2 months of 2019, he only played in a couple games. Went to AAA for a stretch. Yeah, the dirt 1-1. Says last year did a better job of just kind of letting go, letting his instincts, letting his athleticism play again. The way he described it was before, when he was grinding away on his mechanics and really squeezing that bat, the picture was cloudy for him. He describes the way he's feeling now and how he felt much of last season, just much more free mentally. He's reached in 5 of his last 8 plate appearances. 2 gone here in the 4th. Tries to lay off that curve. And does. Ball 2.
It's another example of the tight takes. You know, just, yes, that one looked a little looser and more borderline, but it was still a ball. But just the ability of what he is doing in the box right now, it's more succinct.
On a 2-1 from Gray. Barnes watches the strike. 2-2.
I mean, a guy throws you a 2-1 breaking ball like that, you just tip your hat. You really don't want to try and hit that. Probably a weak ground ball.
Overthrows that one. There goes Raley. Throw down, and he kicks away from Farmer. Raley's safe. Second time today they've read a ball in the dirt in advance.
Raley, when he breaks with his speed, this is borderline, so the Reds have to do it perfectly, and they don't. Gets away from Stevenson. He gets it quickly, but the part they don't do right there, putting the tag on and getting the throw down there to the correct side of the bag, so Raley makes it.
I think that may be our first reference to Luke Raley's speed.
I said with his speed.
You didn't say what kind of speed it was.
He is speedy.
Yeah. Everybody has some speed. It's just a matter of what degree. 3-2. Barnes a check swing foul. I guess not everybody has some speed. You reference speed. Could have been none. It's between none and a lot.
I'm going to get an email from his father. Were you getting on my son's speed? No, sir. It was Joe Davis.
Here's his email.
I'll forward this.
Six straight outs via the strikeout for Sonny Gray. 4 in a row with a fastball looking, and back-to-back Ks with breaking pitches swinging here in the 4th. Another payoff. Got away with this one.
Sonny knows he's getting good results from the breaking ball. He also knows there's a runner in scoring position, so I'm going to go with the ball that pitch is getting me the most outs. Down by 2, understanding that with Clayton Kershaw, the way he's throwing the ball, that run is very important there at second base.
On the 8th pitch, Barnes watches strike 3. The 2-seam coming back in. That's been the signature look today for Sonny Gray. 2-0 after 4. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the newest, friendliest, and safest casino resort. Good times. Ks, 1 walk, no runs on 3 hits against Clayton Kershaw.
Came into the game saying the Reds have struggled with left-handed breaking balls. Those struggles continue, especially with Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw came in with a batting average against his breaking balls of 100. Well, guess what the Reds are? They are 1 for 10 off his breaking pitches.
Bottom third of the order coming up. Every starter has his routine. As A.J. Pollock's going to give a souvenir away. Every starter's got his between starts routine. Part of Clayton's is time on the field with the kids. We get to see before games on his non-start days. Cooper, Charlie, Callie. Stevenson takes ball 1. Cooper a lefty. Turn 1 this winter. Charlie's 4. They say he's Clayton's clone. And then Callie is 6 now. Kindergarten.
They are all climbers. They climb all over him like he is a swing set.
2-0. You know, Clayton's part of the dad's club at Callie's school. Volunteers a couple times a month in the off season for cafeteria shifts. Helps coach her basketball team. Three 3-0.
Can I get some more mashed potatoes, Mr. Kershaw? My milk spilled. Can I get another one?
Yeah. That was a strike. Better yet, Mr. Kershaw, can you clean my chocolate milk spill? You are volunteering here.
Yeah. I don't need any lunch help, but can you sign this?
You sign my chocolate milk. Stevenson swings at what would have been ball 4, and the count is full. Struck out his first time. 346 hitter through his first 22 games in the majors. Tyler Stevenson. On a payoff from Kershaw. He hits a ground ball to short. Gavin Lux gobbles it up and throws him out.
Join the Dodgers at-home subscription program and unlock access to exclusive digital content, early access to sales and special events, and quarterly curated bonus gift boxes delivered to your doorstep. To subscribe, visit Dodgers.com/Dodgers at home.
Kershaw and the Dodgers up 2-0. Top of the 5th inning. The 8-hitter Kyle Farmer. Strike one. Grounded out to third his first time. Strike two. Struck him out. Good morning, good afternoon, good night on Farmer.
Curveball to get to 0-2. Slider to put him away.
Pitcher, Sonny Gray.
It's number 5. 5 more, and everybody gets a free jumbo jack.
I so want you on the 10th strikeout to say jumbo jack.
As my actual call, the 10th strikeout. We'll see.
Okay.
All right. Strike one on Gray.
I don't want to put you in a box or anything.
No. If we get a game where it's totally in hand.
Right. Like 12-0.
Right. You might just like what you hear. 0-2 on Gray, who walked his first time.
Now the call is situational.
Right. Oh, for sure. They all are.
Got situational hitting, situational calls.
Oh-2. Curve is hit towards the whole left side. Turner there to cut it off and finish off a 1-2-3 5th. Halfway home in a 2-0 game.
For his pregame routine at Chavez Ravine, don't miss Backstage Dodgers this Friday, presented by Cadillac.
2-0 lead for the Dodgers. Bottom of the 5th on a picture perfect Wednesday afternoon. Every game at Dodger Stadium special. Something extra special about the day games when with the perfectly crisp skies above. Temperature in the mid to high 70s today. And all the scenery off in the distance. Unchanged even with the wonderful work that they did. The new front door at Dodger Stadium. You'd never know, right? Looking at this shot here that it's any different back there. But it has been transformed.
It really has, and people are enjoying that area more and more. And you can walk completely around Dodger Stadium now.
Clayton Kershaw.
You got 2 more elevators, one down the left field line, one down the right field line. A lot of fantastic improvements.
Kershaw took strike 3 called his last time. That's one of 8 Ks for Sonny Gray this afternoon. That includes Orel. 7 straight outs via the strikeout. '70th pitch of the day coming here. Kershaw takes it. Strike 1. The Reds confident this is just a rough 2 starts to open the year. Nothing more than that for Gray. I expect big things out of again. Had a Kershaw 0-2. Former first-round pick out of Vanderbilt. Who wasn't a first-round pick and from Vanderbilt? It's foul. Vanderbilt has had 14 first-rounders over the last 17 years. And they're probably going to have the first 2 picks in this year's draft. Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker. Gray to Kershaw 0-2. It's bounced past him. Farmer waits on it and gets it. A word from Jack in the box.
Get my $5.99 50-50 popcorn chicken with both classic and spicy, only a Jack in the Box.
2-0 game, bottom of the 5th. Back to the top, and Mookie Betts. Doubled in the first inning, strikeout in the 3rd. Mookie, a Tennessee guy, but if he was going to go the college route, he was going to be a volunteer. Tennessee volunteer instead of going to Vandy. They were on Mookie from the time he was a kid and went to a camp there at Tennessee, and in front of the head coach, he hit a line drive in a scrimmage on a ball that bounced. And then they put him in a cage afterwards, and he did it again and again and again. And the coach is like, who is this kid? He's fouled back 0-2. Mookie's dad was there, and the coach pulled him aside and said, I don't know what he's thinking, but he needs to play baseball, and he needs to play it here. So he was a stud basketball player, as you probably know. Takes it down and away, 1-2, and it went right down to the last moment. Even after Boston drafted him relatively high, higher than a lot of people thought, Mookie included, in the 5th round, he still right until the deadline before deciding to go pro instead of going to college. One-two. Swing and a miss on a sharp breaking ball, and Gray's got another strikeout. That's his 9th.
Breaking ball has been very good. You know it is when Mookie swings at it.
Two gone, Gavin Lux, and we check in with Kirsten.
Joe, ahead of the game, Dave Roberts talked about with Gavin Lux hitting second in the lineup. He said that he wants to get Gavin going with dealing with the wrist soreness, going to the alternate site. He said as of today, he really wants him to get the opportunities to take the at-bats, and he thinks that he can have some good ones, especially with this matchup against Sonny Gray.
0 for 2 so far against him. Flied out to right, struck out looking.
First at bat, he did a portion of what he was trying to do. He hit the ball to the right side of the diamond to try and move the runner over, but just didn't get it quite far enough. Got in on him.
Ball, 1 strike. A little hesitation in the delivery there. Then he whips it up and in, ball 2.
He's had a few of those. Seems like it's not consistent as far as how long he stays in the delay either. He's got some longer ones and some shorter ones.
2-2. Swing and miss is back today for the 31-year-old Sonny Gray. 2-2 pitch. Lux takes this one. The count goes full.
They've worked him with the fastball in and the breaking ball down. Two speeds, 2 different movements.
On the payoff. My goodness, that tailing 2-seam comes back for his 10th strikeout of the day. Pacifico, Maynor, and Alonso from Roland Heights. Looks like they're taking in a game down in San Diego there. What a series that was. Those 3 games down at Petco Park. Padres actually in 4th place right now, percentage points behind the Diamondbacks. Dodgers 2, Reds nothing. We go to the 6th inning. Nick Senzel, top of the order for the Reds as they get their 3rd look at Kershaw. They have 3 hits against Kershaw today, and Senzel has 2 of them. Curveball hit softly along third. Won't be an easy play. Turner's bare hand throw is late, and he's 3 for 3. Added an infield single to his line.
Well, before that weak ground ball, they were 1 for 13 against breaking balls, but this now makes them 2 for 14. But you can tell they're not scorching the ball at all when Clayton puts a little bend in it.
Play like that is a good reminder why these new expected stats are so important, because that's going to skew the batting average up a little bit against that pitch. And it's just one play, but still, you're going to see a number that isn't quite reflective of how good the pitch has been. Leadoff man aboard, tying run at the plate in the form of Jesse Winker, who can't lay off a first pitch slider. Kershaw's held him 0 of 2 today. 5 for 10 over the first 2 games.
Clayton's pitch count is in command. He's thrown the ball really well. Without the 3rd inning where he walked Gray that took 20 pitches, he'd be averaging around 11 pitches an inning.
That's how you get in the top 5 in the league in length of outing. 0-2.
Averaging 6 1/3 innings a start. It's like complete games nowadays.
Yeah, well, as a staff, the Dodgers are the only team in baseball averaging 6 innings per start. It's the longest average length of start in 3 years for any team. We'll go back to the 2018 Cleveland Indians. Found the last time staff was averaging getting that deep into games. 0-2 will come after throw over.
We're really close to 5 aces in the Dodger rotation. With the bullpen struggles with health and a little bit on performance, can you imagine how tough it would be on them if the starters weren't doing such a great job?
Curve, and he went around. Kershaw strikes out Winker. 6th one for Kershaw. Winker hanging around for a little chat with Lance Barksdale.
Well, hitters, when they think it's close, they at least want an appeal. He definitely went, but he wanted the opinion at 3rd base over home plate.
That's Barksdale, 54 years old, and a big league umpire since 2000. One away in the 6th. Tying run up there in the form of Castellanos. Kershaw to the outside corner, strike 1. There have been a couple times today Castellanos has taken a strike from Kershaw on the first pitch. 3rd highest swing percentage in baseball. Former 1st-round pick of the Tigers, Castellanos. At a high school in Florida. Baseball always kind of come easy to him. Top player growing up, top prospect in high school, 1st-round pick, made the majors 3 years later. Swings and misses at a curve, behind 0-2. Early on in his career in Detroit, he struggled. He admitted that he kind of thought that his talent would keep carrying him, that even though it became the big leagues, it'd still come easy to him. And so resisted coaching, didn't take his work that seriously, but has gone from being that guy to somebody that they look at as a leader. And an 0-2 from Kershaw. He swings and misses at a slider. Back-to-back Ks against 2 of the top hitters in the league for Kershaw.
Clayton forcing his will, and he has done it for years with that slider. One of the best and hottest hitters in the league at the plate. Powerful enough guy to tie this game. Buries that slider in on him.
Not out of the woods yet. Another guy with enough power to tie the game in Joey Votto. As we talked about, each of the first 2 days of this series is attempting to inflict more of that damage again. More of a focus on power, not quite as much of a focus on patience and commanding the zone. Take strike one here. One on one. Kershaw had 1 and 2.
Deep in the count, especially with 2 strikes, you get more breaking balls from Clayton Kershaw. Left-handed hitters have not been successful against his breaking ball. 2-run lead with a power hitter, you're probably going to get a breaking ball.
He does. Votto digs it out on a bounce right side. That's the inning. To the bottom of the 6th. 6 shutout innings from Kershaw and a 2-0 lead. From Justin Turner, and as we take a look at our Land Rover Performance Spotlight, man, has he been good lately, really all season. And, you know, we see him make these defensive plays as well the last couple days. I don't think it's that crazy to say he's been the Dodgers' best player in 2021.
No, it really isn't crazy at all, and he has shown that he can do it all. The defense, hitting to all fields, hitting for average, hitting for power, taking his walks.
Pretty well-rounded game for Turner so far. Sonny Gray, 10 strikeouts on his line, delivers strike 1. Reds bullpen getting going. Ryan Hendricks, we saw last night, and has been good for the Reds the last 5 days after a nightmarish first few weeks. Breaks one off ahead 0-2.
Whichever way this game goes for Sonny Gray, I think the Reds are going to be very happy with this performance. Even if the Dodgers get some more runs, just to see him go these 6, see the good 2-seam fastball, see the curveball come back, which wasn't good for him in his first 2 starts after missing the first couple weeks with a stiff back.
Did he go? He did. 11 strikeouts for Sonny Gray.
Crowd doesn't like the call, either does Justin Turner. You can see that bat traveled a long way, and the rule that is written on the check swing is so gray. It's not about breaking your wrist or how far the bat goes. It's really just a judgment call.
No pun intended today, huh? Gray area.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Strike on Muncy.
Hard to believe I didn't mean that. Usually right there with the dad jokes.
Right on it. Now Muncy now 1 of his last 27 with the 2 Ks today. Pounded into the ground. Farmer 2 up and 2 down. Very tidy game from these two pitchers. No runs on 4 hits against Kershaw, 2 runs on 4 hits against Gray. It is, when you just look at the names and don't look at the numbers coming in, exactly what you expect when you see Clayton Kershaw and Sonny Gray.
Both responding to rough starts. So you think guys that have put up these resumes, they don't have rough stretches. They have rough starts. And so both have responded with nice outings.
Two gone for Taylor. 90th pitch, cued foul.
Chris has been a member of the offensive parade when the Dodgers have gotten going.
On a 1-1, Taylor watches it bounce. Ball 2. Here's a 2-1. Good take. Ball 3. Not seen many takes on that pitch today.
It was good in 2 ways because the break, so you get the height right, and he got the width right. That ball is on the plate the whole time, which is exactly what you're trying to do as a pitcher.
3-1. This time he does chase. Full count.
You think your pitcher's plate is 60 feet 6 inches to that back point of home plate, and you're throwing this baseball, and you are throwing 2 in a row exactly where you want. That is some serious talent.
A payoff pitch. Taken high, ball 4. Second walk of the game for Chris Taylor. David Bell coming out of the dugout. Looks like that is going to do it for Sonny Gray. You know, he badly wanted to finish 6. But Pollock, who has homered against him before, has a hard single against him today, is headed to the plate. Ooh. Chance to talk him out of it, maybe. Nope.
Disappointing feeling as a pitcher when you see your skipper come out, because you want to get in the dugout and take a shot at getting some runs, getting the W.
Gray, his day is finished. The book not completely closed. Runner at first, his responsibility. Kershaw just 76 pitches still going. 6 shutout innings into this one.
They were both excellent in the beginning of the count, getting first pitch strikes. Clayton's still in there doing that. Gray had a nice outing for him. If they get him some runs, it would have been a little bit happier outing for him, but I'm sure he's very satisfied with his performance.
Ryan Hendricks pitched in last night's game. This is his 3rd career big league appearance.
First major league win. Been quite a 4 days for him. Debut, first W. First inning where he comes in with runners on and shut down the Dodgers.
Ball 1 to Pollock.
Early trust from his skipper. Reds were down 5-3 when he came in. He stranded the runners. They came in the dugout and got 3 runs and put him on the hook for the W, and he got it.
Fires a 1-0. That's ball 2, and he's part of this quick little turnaround for the Cincinnati bullpen, which gave up 11 runs last Thursday against Arizona. In 5 games since then, a 2.33 ERA from the pen. On a 2-0, Pollock watches ball 3 way outside. Got 11 walks over the last 2 games. Make it 12.
The walks have not been an issue for the Dodgers. What the issue has been is when the ball is in the zone, what are they doing with it? Over the last 9 games, where they've lost 7 of them, they came into this game hitting below 200, which is last in the National League.
Here's Raley, singled his last time. Two on, 2 out in the 6th inning. In the dirt, smothered by Stevenson.
The moment that ball goes in the dirt, Pollock looks at Taylor. He doesn't read the ball in the dirt at all. He reads the runner in front of him.
The 1-0. It's in there 97. The count evens up 1-1. Taylor at second, Pollock at first. Really fouls that one off Stevenson, who staggers back. Ouch.
Pretty easy to understand where he is feeling it on this. His jaw took the whole bell ring there.
Looks like he's going to stay in. 11th overall pick of the draft a few years back at a high school in Georgia. Good looking player. 6'4", 225 pounds. Debuted late last season. And it's only 20-some games, but hitting around 350 in his time in the majors. Hit a home run in the very first pitch he saw in the big leagues. Rarely behind 1 and 2. He's got 2 on with 2 out. Looking for some insurance here in the 6th. Here comes Hendricks. 2 and 2.
Hendricks threw 5 balls to start his performance, and a couple of strikes, and now that ball to get us to a 2-2 count after that walk to Pollock.
Deuce is wild. 2 on 2 out and a 2-2 pitch. Raley smacks one on the ground, bounces up To Moustakas. Wide throw. They say Votto kept his foot in the bag. Oh, Joey, what a catch. Let's see.
Chris Taylor never rounded third and came home. Votto bluffed him as soon as he came up.
Yeah.
Looks like he's on. Maybe the side of the foot continues to roll over and stay on the base. It'll be interesting. Looks like they're going to play on. Yeah, he's on the base.
Through a 6, 2-0. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Postmates. When all you can dinner is think about Postmates. Beautiful day to be at the ballpark. Dodgers in front 2-0 as we go to the 7th. Clayton Kershaw has been in command from the start in this one. Only his 77th pitch. It's a good slider to get strike one on Eugenio Suarez.
One more out, he'll hit his average for innings per start. Trying to backing him up.
Curve is popped up. Won't be easy on a day like this. Really? Oh gosh. He caught it, 1 out.
Not only is it a high sky and a big sun up there, there is some wind also. Luke at the beginning of this adventure, I wonder if he thought it was going to turn out like this.
As an out? Yeah.
I got it. I think I got it.
An out is an out is an out. Moustakas, strike one. Mike is 0 for 6 in the 2 games since coming off of the IL. He's behind here 0-2. Wave and a miss at a curveball. 18 swings and misses on breaking balls today for Kershaw. That matches a season high. We've been talking about it from the start with this Reds team. If there's been one issue, it's been left-handed breaking balls. Career high is 22. So he's getting close to that. Curve is ripped and caught. Chris Taylor position in short right. Takes a hit away from Moustakas, who curses the shift. 2 gone.
Single game tickets for the month of May are on sale. Get your seats to see the Dodgers take on the Mariners, Marlins, Diamondbacks in a 9-game homestand beginning May 11th. Visit Dodgers.com/tickets.
Kershaw trying to get through 7 shutout innings. Here's Tyler Stevenson. Ball 1. Kershaw thus far giving him exactly the outing they needed. They've been lost 7 of 9. The offense not clicking. The bullpen not clicking on all cylinders either. They're getting used quite a bit. He's giving them length. He's giving them quality. 2 balls, 1 strike on Stevenson.
Almost a 2-to-1 ratio as far as wins to losses when he starts after a loss. He has been a stopper his whole career.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Four hits against him scattered. Hasn't been an inning with multiple hits. The 2-2. Chopper to third. Turner races over there and watches it go foul. Ooh, that was close.
Home plate umpires go to third base the next day. Angel Hernandez back behind home plate. Finally gets a call down there at third base.
kind of like the DH day, right?
That's the fewest calls down there. You get the hardest job and you move to the easiest job.
2-2. Curve is hitting that same direction. Kershaw due up second in the bottom of this inning. This is almost definitely his final inning. So perhaps his final hitter. Another 2-2 to Tyler Stevenson. And another foul ball. Six and 2/3 shutout innings for Kershaw at this point. His ERA down to 2.11. Three straight fouls. Another 2-2. Count goes full.
Still cranking it up at 91.
Now a payoff. Got him swinging. 8 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw over 7 shutout innings on a day when his team really needed him. California Chevy dealers Trevor Bauer opens the series in Milwaukee. 4-game set against the first place team in the Central beginning tomorrow night. How about the day for Clayton Kershaw? He, by the way, finished with 22 swings and misses on breaking balls, matching a career high. Last time he had 22 in a game was 2015.
He had both of them working today, both the slider, and we saw that for strikes, and then we saw it buried, especially to right-handed hitters or away to lefties. And then the curveball, he was landing an awful lot. So did not have to rely on the fastball at all. He used that to get first pitch strikes, but after that, you were going to have to hit the breaking ball.
Amir Garrett, who gave up the home run to Corey Seager in the first game of this series, has allowed runs in 5 of his 8 games this year. This is with his first pitch to Austin Barnes. Garrett's walks and hits per innings pitched almost 3. 2-0. Barnes smokes a ball to straightaway center. Senzel gets twisted around and makes the catch. Converted infielder doing a bit of a dance in center field for out number 1.
Hitting for Clayton Kershaw, number 56, Sheldon Noisy.
So the day officially ends for Clayton Kershaw. Sheldon Noisy comes up. 3 of his last 5, 4 for his last 10 with a pair of home runs. Ooh, Garrett gets squeezed there.
Mention all the traffic that Garrett has pitched in. That'll create some more traffic if he can't get strikes called.
He's saying, Lance, have you seen my whip? Help me out. On a 1-1, Noisy swings and misses at a ball that bounces. Strike 2. Bouncer to third. Stabbed by Moustakas. 2 out. Here comes Mookie Betts for his 4th at-bat today. Doubled in the 1st inning. Struck out twice after that against Gray.
You watch guys with great resumes and they're struggling a little bit. But if the team still wins and the offense still functions, you feel really good about long hot streaks and long winning.
Flies this ball off the end of the bat. Center field, Senzel. The Dodgers down quietly against Amir Garrett here in the 7th.
Fans get a safe, affordable ride to and from home base.
World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers. Dodgers trying to finish this homestand with a win behind 7 shutout innings from Clayton Kershaw. 2-0 to the 8th. Who's in, who's out, brought to you by In-N-Out. Kershaw's day ends, and Blake Trinan, who they were already going to lean on. They're leaning on him even more with the injuries they've dealt with. Comes in trying to improve upon that .342 average against him.
Corey Knebel out. David Price out. Joe Kelly not back yet.
Tony Gonsolin.
Pushkar Gratterall still kind of easing back in as far as high leverage.
Tucker Barnhart to pinch hit for Kyle Farmer. Strike 1 to the top of the zone. Barnhart started the middle game of this series. .308 this season for the veteran catcher. 1-0-1. Fouls it off. 0-2. Back-to-back cutters from Trinan to open the at-bat. That's a pitch that Blake Trinan only threw a little bit during the regular season last year, then unleashed it in the postseason. Used it more than a quarter of the time. Just sinker slider pretty much during the regular season last year. 0-2. That's the slider, and it just misses.
Austin Barnes giving him an earful behind the plate. Blake Trinan kind of disgusted. Real close to a perfect pitch. You feel like you've earned it. What an impressive day from Clayton Kershaw.
Awesome.
You move into it knowing Sonny Gray's probably due for a good one. The Reds are swinging the bats good coming out of their slump. You know your team is struggling to score runs, so every pitch is important and every run that you give up, but he didn't give up any. And so many swings and misses, so many first pitch strikes. He was just outstanding.
58th time in Clayton Kershaw's career he's gone 7+ and not given up a run.
He's a joy to watch. When they open up the stands, it'll be a packed house to watch him pitch.
Trinan opens his outing with a strikeout.
Up cutter. Got Barnhart, the pinch hitter. Austin Barnes out of his crouch a little bit, gets it up about waist high, slightly higher with a little cutting action.
The former Jackrabbit, South Dakota State Jackrabbit, Blake Trinan. Now faces Tyler Naquin. 2-0 game in the 8th. It's at least where Blake finished his college career. He started it at an NAIA school, Baker University, where he had a friend who had a friend and helped him get on the team there. Strike 1 on Naquin. Wanted to be a landscape architect and thought that was probably his future, not baseball. And so after a good first year at Baker, he said, I'm going to go to Arkansas. They have a good landscape architecture program, and maybe I'll walk on there. Fouled off quickly. 0-2. 99 with that one. But the Arkansas coaches didn't have any interest, so he spent the fall going to class and doing a lot of weightlifting. He got bigger, he got stronger, found that his fastball had jumped up. And then that Christmas when he was home, he went to a one-day clinic hosted by a former Kansas pitcher. And the guy hosting the clinic was impressed, called an old college teammate of his who happened to then be the coach at South Dakota State. Did not go, and that ball hit him, and so he gets first base.
Checking the swing first and foremost, because even if you got the swing and it hits you, it's a strike. And it does hit him, but they did appeal and down to third, and Angel Hernandez said no swing. So no swing, hit batter.
Just like that, Reds get the tying run to the plate. He hits him with a 2-strike pitch. And Nick Senzel went 3 for 3 against Kershaw. Only 1 hit for the rest of the lineup. Came into the game 4 of his last 39. 3 for 3 today. Shoots one to right, base hit, and the Reds have the tying run aboard. First and third, one gone, and Jesse Winker coming up. A 4-hit day for Nick Senzel.
Everywhere too, and every pitch. That one not trying to do too much, just getting the hands inside the ball, the barrel behind the hands, and driving it to right field.
Already some stirring down in the Dodger bullpen, trying to get in a strikeout with the first hitter, but then he hits a batter and gives up a single. Victor Gonzalez has started to warm. Winker 0 for 3, trying to extend a 12-game hitting streak. On the first one from Trinan, he swings and misses. Strike one.
Dodgers have struggled in late innings. Their offense has struggled. Over these last 9 games, the offense hasn't scored a run from the 8th inning on. And the relievers have given up 14 runs. So they're down from the 8th inning on 14-0.
0-1 pitch. Top of the zone, strike 2. Yeah, they're the best early inning team in baseball. Just looking at run differential over the first 3 innings, but a negative run differential from the 7th inning on. First and third, one gone. 2-0 game, 8th inning. Trinan deals 0-2. Ball 1.
Three of the same pitches, taking the cutter upstairs to him. Winker glad to see Clayton Kershaw gone, and glad to see a right-hander on the mound.
The hero in extra innings on Monday night, led off yesterday's game with a home run. Behind 1-2 here.
We saw some personality and celebration from Tatis Jr. when the Padres are in town. Winker and this Reds team is not afraid to celebrate and show their emotions and entertain you a little bit.
Now the 1-2. He struck him out. Disappearing slider from Trinan for out number 2.
Ends up with a 1-2 slider, finishing him off. But the first 3 pitches are all the same. Looked like they were going to attack the top of the zone with the cut fastball. There's one at 93. Then he comes back with another one at 91. Doesn't quite cut as much. This one he misses with, comes around. And then he throws one that bends a lot more and is much slower. The complete difference between the cut fastball and the slider to put him away.
Jumbo jack time. That was the 10th. Ask for the Dodger deal tomorrow. The purchase of a large drink. 2-0 game, tying run aboard. 2 gone in the 8th inning. Nick Castellanos takes outside ball 1. Castellanos 7 home runs this year. More extra base hits than anybody in baseball the last 5 years. That includes a few doubles in this series. Naquin at third, Senzel at first. 1-0. Ball 2. After Castellanos, it's Votto. Tailed that 2-seamer back in there. 2-1.
We complimented Sonny Gray on his 2-seamer. That one right there in a 2-0 count with the game on the line. It was outstanding at 98 miles an hour.
Trying and ready for a 2-1. 2-2 with a wicked cutter.
Clayton Kershaw and now Blake Trinan using the hard stuff to get ahead, but using the breaking stuff to put him away.
Slider to get out of the jam.
They are now 2 for 22 against the breaking ball today. Kershaw with a great outing, and now Trinan adding on.
Nothing Dodgers, bottom of the 8th, and Clayton Kershaw was exactly what the doctor ordered today. 7 scoreless innings.
We needed a great performance from Kersh. We got it.
Still 3 more outs to go. We'll see you right here after the game.
Tyler Naquin stays in the game after pinch hitting and plays center field. Nick Senzel moves from center to second. He's an infielder by trade, although he's only played 3 innings in the infield in his major league career. Sal Romano out of the bullpen for his 10th appearance.
Usually their long man goes longer than 1 inning. But right now, just called on for this 1 inning. Dodgers not expecting to hit in the bottom of the 9th. Reds hoping that Solano can go a little deeper than 1 inning. Romano.
I see what
Combo.
you did, though. Yeah. Yeah, mash that name together. Fly to center field for Naquin. I think you're Hershiser.
Thank you.
2-0 game. Here comes Turner. StatCast is powered by Google Cloud, and it looks at Turner's home run back in the 3rd.
Second longest home run of the season for him by a foot.
Dodgers only 1 hit since then. One for their last 15 since that home run. First one from Romano, misses high, ball 1. For the 9th inning, it'll be Kenley Jansen. It's 1-1 on Turner. Other games in the division will be tonight. Giants and Rockies. D-backs and Padres. Ryan Weathers going for San Diego. Alex Wood for the Giants tonight. He's off to a great start there. 1-2 on Turner.
When healthy, Alex Wood is tough as nails. I think in his bouts where he's really inconsistent, it's like some aches and pains in the body that are keeping him from the highest echelon of pitching. Boy, he can get on a roll when he's healthy.
It was that first half of 17. He was as dominant as anybody in baseball.
He was an early pitching lab guy. He was studying video and breaking down his mechanics.
The 1-2. 2-2. Sal Romano, also known as Solano, who is actually a guy. Donovan.
Yes.
Turner shoots one down the line, but it's foul. On a 2-2, Turner watches ball 3. Dodgers got a run in the second on a bases loaded double play ground out, and then a run in the third on that home run from Turner. Just one hit since then. Turner working another long at bat. This will be the 8th pitch. It's a 3-2, and it's swatted down the line. Foul again. Nice catch. Barehanded. Wow, nice play.
Yeah, very nice. Should join an adult league. Impressing his friends. This is my ball.
That's right.
He's just holding it up.
Turner takes the walk on for the second time today. There's 5 walks for the Dodgers and 13 over their last 2 games.
First baseman number 13, Max Muncy.
Dodgers 2, Reds nothing. Here's Muncy. Now looking ahead to the 9th inning against Jansen, it'll be Votto, Suarez, and Moustakas. Now the Reds, the #1 offense in baseball, but have already been shut out 3 times.
The Great American Ballpark also, when you get ahead there and you're the opposing team, you're going to probably bring in some of the underbelly of the staff. And some guys are going to get roasted a little bit.
All 3 of those shutouts were away from there, not surprising.
Yeah. You have a chance to rack up some big numbers there.
Which they have. They have a game where they scored 10. They have 2 games where they scored 11 and a game where they scored 14.
They don't have the elevation issue there like Colorado, though, as far as adjusting to breaking pitches, breaking differently.
More dimensions that lead to it.
Yep, dimensions in the way the ball carries because of the wind configuration there. And So when they go on the road, the sliders breaking the same, curveballs breaking the same, so their pitchers can locate and their hitters can read where the ball's going to end up.
2-2 on Max Muncy. Lifts it in the air to center. Naquin came on at first, now goes back and puts it away. Had a nice adjustment after coming in on that ball at first.
Max hit it good enough to get it out of here. Today there's a little wind blowing in from center field right now, and I think it knocked that ball down a little bit. When it left the infield, it looked really good about getting out of here, and then it hit a cushion of air that knocked it down.
So Muncy today 0 for 4, 1 for his last 29. Runner at first with 2 out for Taylor. Has drawn 2 of those 5 walks today. Outside, ball 1. Two and 0. Turner off first. 2-0 offering. Strike 1. To right, Castellanos back to the track, over his head, and he has a hard time picking it off of the track. That gives Turner a chance to come home. Much needed insurance. 3-0.
Taylor has shown some pop to the opposite field lately. He backspins this ball, and the wind helps this one a little bit. Castellanos over there, you can stumble around the bases, or you can kick it a little bit in the outfield. That little scoot away from him off of his foot. That'll allow Justin Turner about 3 more strides, and right about here, Dino Ebel is waving him home.
Taylor with his second triple of the homestand. First run since the 3rd inning. And the first hit since the 4th inning. Now it's Pollock to left center field to bring home Taylor. A little 2-out flurry. Doubles their scoring output for the day. 4-0.
You hope these insurance runs are not needed. Kenley Jansen up in the bullpen, but it sure feels good. You want more and more guys in this lineup to get hits. Only 4 hits coming into this inning in this game, and now they collect a couple more with the Turner walk. Produce a couple runs.
And by the way, their first runs from the 8th inning on in 10 games. The 2-7 stretch, they had not scored from the 8th inning on, and you think, well, that's only 2 innings per night, but there have been a couple extra innings games in there where they failed to score as well. 2 gone for Raley, who takes high. Garrett Clevenger has joined Kenley Jansen.
The Dodgers with 3 extra inning losses. So you think about how thin a margin it is when you get those losses. If you just flip those 3 games, the record's pretty good.
18-6 it'd be at that point.
Yeah.
There goes the runner, throw down, and Pollock has swiped the bag.
You got a walking lead. Romano never really stopped him, and then he made an outstanding slide at second base to the right field side of the bag. He was leaning the whole way and moving, kept that momentum right into the bag.
Outstanding slide, outstanding day for A.J. Pollock. 2 hits, a walk, an RBI, and now a stolen base. They're going to put Raley on intentionally. He's saying, me? Who, me? And bring up Barnes. Choosing the righty-righty chance for Romano.
Austin Barnes.
Going righty-righty, even though it's against a guy who's looked really comfortable. A walk and a deep line out. One ball, no strikes. Ball, 1 strike. Longest road trip of the year coming up after this, although it's only technically speaking because the final 4 days of that will be back in Southern California. 3 with the Angels at the end of the quote-unquote trip. 4 in Milwaukee, 3 in Chicago with the Cubs. Ball 2 on Barnes. Caught the corner that time.
Austin a good job protecting right there after the pitch before it gets called a strike. Then they throw one right out there to try and expand the corner on you, and you fight it off.
Deuce is wild. 2 on, 2 out. Another 2-2 pitch. Count goes full, and they'll get a head start. Nobody warming for the Reds, so it's up to Romano to get out of this inning. Already 2 in the bank to double the lead to 4-0. And a chance for more with the runners moving here. There they go. Here it comes. Ball 4, bases loaded.
He has been consistently wild on the outside part of the plate to righties. It started with Justin Turner's walk, kind of yanking some balls over there, and continued right there with Austin Barnes.
15 walks in the last 2 games for LA.
A couple more hits today compared to the 4 they only had last night.
He has 6 today. Dave Roberts going to send up Matt Beatty as the pinch hitter. Happy birthday to Matt Beatty. Turns 28 today. Dave Roberts talked about him before the game today. Much more comfortable since returning from the alternate site. Beatty even talked about it last night, that he feels much more comfortable. It was nice to be able to get out of the spotlight, out of the pressure of playing in the big leagues when he's not feeling right. You go down there and square some balls up at the alternate site, and sure enough, he came right back up after a few days away.
How many guys would love to be able to say they hit with bases loaded on their birthday?
Yeah.
Give yourself a granny present.
That'd be nice. Ball one, very high. Been on base 6 of his 8 plate appearances since coming back. Two and 0, nowhere to put him.
Romano has lost the strike zone. It looks like he's losing a little confidence.
Slice to left. That is down. Winker couldn't get it. 2 runs are in, and Beatty's into second. Happy birthday. A 2-out, 2-run pinch hit single for Beatty. Are they going to give him a double on it? I don't know. And in between, he stopped and then saw the ball get away.
Winker gets leather on it, gets it in there, but can't capture it all the way. It slides right out. Disappointed and left, happy at second base.
How about a 4-run 8th inning for the Dodgers? They get Betts to the plate one more time. Look out. Last thing you need with the game feeling like it's in hand is him getting tagged.
I don't think that was on purpose. I just think that was overthrown and came out early. Trying to throw the best breaking ball of his life, and it just slips out the top half.
They did, by the way, score that as single for Matt Beatty. Either way, it drives in 2. Barnes moved to third on it. Second and third with 2 gone for Betts, who's only driven in 3 this year. Only driven in a teammate once. 2 of those 3 RBIs, his 2 solo homers. There comes 2 more. An explosion for the Dodgers here in the 8th. That ball gets to the backstop. Mookie will glide into second. It's 8-0.
Mookie joining the hit parade. That's a swing we saw an awful lot last year, and looking forward to seeing more of it this year. Matt Beatty, happy birthday. 2 RBIs, a run scored. Has reached base since getting back from the site, what, 7 out of 9 times now? What a day.
Drove in 2 last night, drives in 2 here today. Now Betts does as well. And Luck's up for the second time in this inning. Fly to center for the first out. Never want to be the guy to make 2 outs in an inning. Well, you hope that a game like this was on the horizon for the struggling Dodger offense. Lex takes high 1-1. Averaging just a little more than 3 runs per game in this 2-7 stretch. But they've got 6 in this 8th inning alone. Ball 2. Kenley Jansen sat down long ago at this point. It's going to be Garrett Clevenger for the 9th.
There'll be some candy and snacks on Kenley's chair. The offense will apologize for taking away the save situation.
Still nobody warming. You mentioned Romano is their long guy, so it's not totally crazy.
A good portion of his outings this year have been more than an inning.
Walks Lux. We may get a position player pitching.
We might. You're right. Only have to get one out. Who will it be?
Wink. So it's going to be
is it Blandino?
Alex Blandino, yeah.
Is he going to the mound? Been warming up in the cage.
A big part of his value is in how versatile he is, but he didn't know that included pitching. Had to borrow a first baseman's glove to play first for the first time in his career the other night. Any old glove will do here as he steps to the mound for the 2nd time in his big league career. Scoreless inning a few years ago. Actually got 2 strikeouts. And that scoreless inning a couple years ago is on to pitch here. 6 in the bank for the Dodgers, their biggest inning of the season. And Turner to the plate for the 2nd time in the 8th. Come on.
That's unbelievable. Nicks the outside corner and gets squeezed.
High spin rate guy using that 4-seam up.
Is he wearing his ERA?
Yeah, technically yes. Two balls, 1 strike on Turner.
87 without training as a pitcher. Throwing down the mound is a little more difficult than flat ground. Body moving away from your arm. With some training, I'll bet you he can throw 90, 92.
Pop fly into right. Castellanos will put an end to this 8th inning, but the biggest inning of the season for the Dodgers, a 6-run 8th. Take a bit of a nail biter and break it open. Four games in Milwaukee, 3 games in Chicago. Note the earlier start times with the scene shifting into the Central Time Zone for this trip. 4:30 first pitch tomorrow. Trevor Bauer goes for the Dodgers, who are 3 outs away from ending this 3-game losing streak and finishing this homestand in a high note. Garrett Clevenger instead of Kenley Jansen after that 6-run 8th.
Couple of days off for Garrett Clevenger. He comes in there with a fastball that he can touch 97, 98 miles an hour. Also the slider. The last outing, he got an L against the Padres, but looking to respond to that.
Kind of a tough luck loss, and that he came in extra innings, and the run that he allowed was the free runner out at second base. That was his Dodger debut. It was his second game in the majors. He pitched in one with the Phillies last year. The Dodgers acquired him this offseason. Trying to put up a 0 in the ninth, give the Dodgers what would be their 6th shutout of the year. Votto leads it off. Inside, ball 1. Clevenger celebrated a birthday last week. He's 27 now, originally from Lawrence, Kansas. Went from Lawrence, Kansas to Eugene, Oregon. Pitched for the Ducks. Orioles drafted him out of there in the 3rd round. It was in 2015. Traded by the Orioles to the Phillies. And then the Phillies to the Dodgers. Here's his 1-1 to Votto. Inside, ball 2. Ground ball, backhand Muncy, feeds Clevenger, and Votto's the first out of the night.
That was well done. Max Muncy has picked up his infielders with some nice scoops over there at first base throughout the early part of this season, and now showing off the quickness and the backhand and a very good feed to his pitcher, Clevenger.
One away for Suarez. The Reds are desperate to get going. 0 for his last 24. Guy who hit 49 home runs just 2 years ago. Clevenger drops down and touches 97. Hello.
I like that delivery. The mechanics, the deception of it, and the location of the pitch. Two in a row, 2 different types, but excellent pitches. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
We had Victor Gonzalez last year emerge. There will be others this year.
Foreshadowing.
We shall see.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, we were at Jaws.
That's a different game. Yeah. Dieter. Thank you.
Thank you, Dieter. Maybe again.
Can't go too close to the pitch. Oh, maybe he can. He does what he wants.
Yeah, that's Dieter rules.
That's true. Dieter rules.
Exactly.
0-2 to Suarez. Outside, ball 1.
If we'd have been at 9 strikeouts, we might have got your
this is the perfect
strikeout
place.
call.
Yeah. If you want, I can do it just to do it. I mean, everybody is getting a free jumbo jack
already.
Yeah.
No. Do you really want to practice and blow the surprise?
I don't know. We could try it out.
Gilligan's Island Dieter's playing. Not understanding why an uncharted desert island.
Yeah.
With Gilligan, the skipper too, a millionaire, and his wife.
It's a good tune.
Yeah. After the game, we're going to have to ask him.
Another 1-2. Got him looking. 96 to the top of the zone.
I'm glad you held it back.
You are?
Yeah, I really am. I want to be surprised and I want to be excited to hear it.
Yeah, it just didn't feel right there.
Yeah.
To scream Jumbo Jack. Reds down to their final out. Order being restored today. The Dodgers put up 6 runs in the 8th inning. They get 7 shutout innings from Clayton Kershaw, who set the tone for this afternoon. Clevenger to Mike Moustakas. I hope this springboards them into a road trip. A difficult road trip. Brewers are really good. Some of the best starting pitching in baseball. And then the Angels off to a good start as well. Two balls, no strikes.
We got our answer on why Dieter was playing Gilligan's Island.
Okay.
3-hour game, a 3-hour tour.
Oh.
Dieter going deep on us.
Dieter is always just kind of one notch above where the rest of us are thinking. Always a step ahead.
3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
Check swing Tapper to beat the shift. That is how Moustakas gets his first hit off of the injured list. And the game continues.
The game has become a little bit of a laugher. 2 outs, up by 8, but it hasn't been that all day. With Gray on the mound and Kershaw on the mound, they were very, very good. And looking at this 8-0 lead with Clevenger on the mound, very impressed with the young man on the mound, the stuff he's showing. I mean, that could very easily be the end of the game, and you'd be saying the bullpen functioned fantastic with Trinan with the hold and Clevenger looking really good on the mound.
Tyler Stevenson hitless in 3 at-bats today. First one from Clevenger. It was very high, ball 1. Perfect. 1-1. Perfect. 97 on the left side.
Just a little bit of herky-jerky in his motion, but he looks like he really can repeat it. Love the fact that he can spin the baseball, and he's locating the fastball at the top of the zone and at the bottom of the zone.
One and two. An awkward follow through there. Looks like he's okay. Happier day at Dodger Stadium. Clevenger's 1-2. Sweeps a little bit low. Good take from Stevenson.
With that low arm angle, it is really encouraging to see the depth of that breaking ball right there. Not just a sweeper, but one that really goes down and finishes.
So now a 2-2 offering. Another 2-2. Oh, boy. Clevenger gets it and throws him out to end the game. I hope Garrett's okay first and foremost.
Take a couple of looks. Where does it get Garrett on the mound? The play at first is very close.
Oh.
Is it off his back, a little closer to where his left shoulder is, his pitching arm? Let's see. Yeah, right off the left tricep.
And then the other question is he out? They're going to review it. He might be safe, and they might have to make a pitching change seeing that.
What a response to getting drilled by the line drive, to be able to find yourself on the field, find the baseball, make an accurate throw over there. Mark Pryor and Dave Roberts communicating on who they want Mark Pryor to get up in the bullpen. Garrett Clevenger wants to stay in the game, but I'm sure the skipper, with the scoreboard the way it is and the blow that he just took, if this game continues, I think Clevenger will not be the last pitcher today for the Dodgers. Outstanding reaction after getting that ball off the back of your pitching arm. And he's definitely safe at first.
Yep, that call is official. They're going to take Clevenger out. That close to finishing this thing, and a bummer of a way for his day to end. Instead of getting the final out, he leaves after taking that line drive on the back of the arm. Dave Roberts will have to use somebody else to get out number 27. Dennis Santana coming out of the bullpen looking for the final out of the day.
Third day in a row for him, coming off of 2 scoreless appearances, proving that he has a rubber arm and he can really spin the ball. That little lower arm angle takes a little pressure off the shoulder. Very loosey-goosey delivery. Probably has a little room in there for when you're slightly irritated, got a little swelling in your elbow or your shoulder. You still got more clearance to pitch multiple days in a row. Garrett Clevenger, they have not slapped an ice bag on there yet, but Justin Turner taking a look and pretending to be the doctor.
Did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
You know, there's such thing as a organ player jinx. Dieter Rule, very sophisticated mind, comes up with playing Gilligan's Island at the 3-hour mark, thinking the game's going to be about over with, and then look at how this game extends after he plays a song that has 3-hour tour in it.
I think he just was referring to the fact we had reached the 3-hour mark.
Yeah, but it was about to end.
Yeah, you're right. You know, Peter, I guess this one's on you, brother.
Yeah.
We got a pitcher-pitcher matchup coming here.
Because Blandino is pitching right now. He's going to be up there hacking. Dennis is ready to go. Proving again he can get loose in a hurry. Another piece of having a rubber arm.
Dodgers hoping he can make this quick, get him on the plane to Milwaukee. Be a late night making that trip. First and second, 2 gone. Blandino, who came on to pitch the final out of the bottom of the 8th. Trying to get the Reds on the board. Dodgers 1 out away from a 6th shutout. Dennis Santana appearing in all 3 games in this series. This is in, ball 1. There's a strike. Two on one. Giants and Rockies at 6:45 tonight. Wood against Marquez. D-backs and Padres 6:40. Smith and Weathers. Santana's 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Fouled off. Just 1-5 on this homestand to this point. Ready to savor that final out. Set for the 2-2. There it is. That does it. The Dodgers get back to their winning ways behind 7 shutout innings from Clayton Kershaw and the biggest offensive inning of the season, a 6-run 8th. They win it 8-0.
The 8th is kind of a distraction from Kershaw Day. It really was Clayton's day. He set the table and finished him off. Blake Trinan did a nice job. Garrett Clevenger a nice job. And Santana comes in for the last out.
So the Dodgers again with the best record in the National League at 16-9. For Orel Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium, where the Dodgers beat the Reds 8-0. Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealers. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Milwaukee.